I don't think we've gone more than maybe like one day without each other in the past 5 months.
Yeah.
And we're totally fine with it, which is definitely a sign.
And I'm the type of person where I get sick
Gotta
of
get
people
away,
really easily.
Oh,
I like
me
my alone time.
Yep.
And I cannot get enough of these people.
Yeah,
here.
Hey everyone, I'm Holland Roden, your host for Wolfpack Unpacked. This season, we're gonna dive into everything you need to know about your new favorite series, Wolfpack. And who else to kick this off than the Wolfpack themselves? Armani Jackson, Bella Shepherd, Chloe Rose Robertson, and Tyler Lawrence Gray. Welcome, guys. Yeah.
How's it going?
Round of applause. Before we get into it, I just need to talk about how iconic it must be to work with Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I was almost kind of starstruck.
Yeah,
I was like, no
same.
way. Like, she's joining us on our show?
I think we'd been filming too for a bit by then, and we didn't know who was going to be playing that role. We had already filmed a lot of her dialogue that would be on the phone or stuff that she was a part of, but she wasn't there for. So when we finally got to find out who was playing the role, it was definitely
You're
really,
like, whoa, 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 it's
exciting. We were like,
Buffy.
oh,
Rewind
shoot.
this.
Yeah.
Let me
From
record
Buffy
through
to
my scenes
Ramsay.
here.
Let's talk about that. We never got time to really process it.
No.
We kind of just started working with her, and it was like the most amazing force that came to our set, and we couldn't be more grateful to have her.
So Bella, has she given you any advice along the way?
She's the kind of person where you feel like you can talk to her about anything, even just the hours, like basic stuff, and being young in the industry. Like, I know that she's someone I could go to talk to about that.
That makes sense. Yeah, she grew up in this world.
Oh yeah.
I think it's just fascinating just watching her work. Like, she almost doesn't even need to like tell you anything, because if you just watch the way she does things on set, you realize that that is how you make a career for yourself in the industry. Like how she can go from acting in a scene to then producing and adjusting lights and camera angles. I'm just like, how do you know all of that?
She took me aside and just talked with me for like 20 minutes and was like, hey, I just wanted to like introduce myself. You can always text me, you can always call me, and if you have any questions about anything, like, I'm there for you. And that was really cool to just have that off the bat.
Watching her work is an acting class in itself. She's just so professional.
It is so important to set the tone on set. Cruel Intentions is part of my
yes.
movie Bible.
A classic.
Yeah, and obviously Rodrigo Santoro.
Yes.
Tell me more about that. How did you guys find out?
How did
We
you
actually,
find out?
it was
late,
such a
yeah.
build up because they were like,
waiting to find
we
out.
want to
Yeah.
get someone who has like a really big resume for this role, but we're not sure who we want.
But when we finally found out that it was him, we were super excited to get into working
And
with
I
him.
think for us too, like we had been living in this like world without our Garrett.
Dad?
And, yeah, Dad.
Like a lot revolves around that
Yeah.
at first.
Yeah, I think our first scene we did with him, I was like, wow, this is definitely the Garrett we needed.
He's
for the
so
show.
inspiring because he's so passionate about his work, and we've definitely learned a lot from him as well.
He's even taught us things about our characters that we were like, huh, I didn't even really think about that until now.
Yeah.
Part of the pack.
Yes.
Okay, let's get back into this jam-packed premiere, starting with an insane opening. Let's talk about this scene. So, Everett Blake, what happens when they get off the bus?
What doesn't happen when we go?
They had me like probably 30, 40 feet in the air.
Were you on a
Okay.
crane, a harness?
It was a harness, crane with a harness.
Yeah.
And that was like, it was like my 5th or 6th day on set, and I was like, this is fun. Like,
This is gonna be a
this
ride.
is gonna be sick.
How much was practical, meaning it's in real life, versus special effects? Because
A
you've
lot.
got fire,
A lot.
animals.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything really but the animals, because all of the movements that, like, if someone was being impaled by an animal or thrown at a car hood, they were being thrown.
People being slammed into the bus, on the hoods of cars, through a window,
Stepping over bodies.
dead bodies.
And it was hot too. Like it was like 105 humid. Like it was
gosh.
hot. But it fit because we're in the middle of a wildfire. There's smoke everywhere and you're sweating. And it just made more sense.
At what point during the pilot did you shoot those scenes?
That was the first thing
One
we
of the
did.
first things we did. I think we shot the scene of us on the bridge first.
Together.
That was the very first
scene we
thing I shot.
together ever.
And then I think we went straight to filming the bus scene. When we finished that sequence, we felt so accomplished
Yeah, we
because
did.
that was a hard week.
And
for
we were
sure.
like, all right, that's one episode. A lot more to go.
So, for everybody, even though you guys weren't there, would you have gotten off the bus or would you have stayed on the bus?
I would have gotten off.
Honestly, yeah, I would have ran for
I
it.
maybe would have
honestly.
ran a
Like,
little
not risking it.
faster than Everett did, but
Less
I
curious.
definitely would have gotten
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Absolutely
For
would have
my
got off the
life.
bus. I don't see how it's a good idea to stay in an enclosed area during a fire.
I
But
completely agree.
Everett, what is your first impression of Blake?
He definitely thinks that Blake is a lot cooler than him, and I think he probably would never even expect to get a conversation out of her. And I think that he can tell that she's a lonesome type of person.
And I heard that Bella and Armani, you guys were friends before filming?
Yes.
Yeah.
For like, I mean, well, we recently
just
found out we've known each other
when
for like
exactly we met each
That's
other.
lovely.
like 7 or 8 years.
So
or
long
something.
ago.
How did you guys meet?
At a dance class, actually.
Class.
Yeah.
It was
way.
like the hangout spot in LA for our kind
It was a
of
weekly dance
friend
class.
circle.
Yeah, and then we'd go to get frozen yogurt and pizza.
It was like the
after.
thing for
You guys were
people to
kids.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
oh
were
yeah.
kids. I think I was like
I
12
was like
or
15,
something.
yeah.
Like I was so
I was
young.
like 14 or 15 when I started going.
Okay, so next we see Everett head to the hospital after being attacked on the highway.
Hey, the phone's ringing. The phone?
Hello?
Get out of the hospital.
Who is this?
Leave the hospital now.
So you get this creepy call, Armani. Was
Yeah.
anyone on the other end? As an actor, I know this question, but for those of you at home, how does a phone call scene work? Is there a particular creepy voice they use?
Right, yeah. I think at the time there was like 3 different people reading the phone call. Someone who was doing it would be like not there, and then like they would swap out, and they would sometimes just use funny voices because I don't think they'd even had figured out exactly how they wanted the voice to sound.
So it feels like a crucial scene to your character.
I think that moment was cool because we get to see Everett realize what's going on after this crazy thing on the highway and decide to himself, no, this is absolutely happening and I'm gonna get out of here. And I think it's cool to see someone like Everett who might have strict parents who tell him what he can and can't do, take matters into his own hands.
Tyler, healing is definitely the sign of a werewolf, and you heal pretty quickly.
Not as fast as me, but
Not as fast as Everett or
Not as fast
Blake
as
over
this-
here.
not as fast as, yeah. What is the process for special effects, and how much makeup do you have throughout the series?
Seeing them do it, it's, you know, they're like, yeah, we just like did this for like an hour and it's like a huge gash. And I remember the first day Bella shot, she just lifted up her shirt and I was like, oh my God,
Get
like, are
right
you
into
okay?
it.
Like, wow, it looked
It's all practical
extremely real.
So Armani, was it difficult to film the consistent changes of the wound, the different
yeah,
stages?
I think we had like probably like 5 different stages of the
So
wound.
many.
So many different stages. But I think the first rendition of it was definitely the most difficult just because it had so much blood and they would just be just over and over again dousing my shoulder in blood. It's like 105 out and it's just sticking to me. It's like, but I think it's really cool to see the special effects team be able to take something like a wound and like morph it into its different stages of healing.
I think special effects makeup is like really sick. So being able to go through that and now have it on film is so cool. It's like, that's me.
It is
I
really
got
cool. I'll
bit
just be
by a
sitting in my
werewolf.
trailer like looking at my thing for like hours like, yeah.
Oh my God. Like, oh no.
And I'm like, oh, hurt.
Bella, for the mirror moment with Everett, can you talk about what it was like to film that? And are you talking to a mirror? Is Armani really there?
That was actually really cool to film that because we filmed that on a stage and they literally took the mirror off the wall, shot through a hole in the wall, and then they shot Armani's section on a completely different day.
I don't even think I was looking at anything. The director of that episode, Jason, he wanted me to kind of just feel Blake's presence and almost be a little comforted by it and not really even know how I'm seeing her. So it was cool to navigate.
Okay, so after the call, Everett escapes the hospital while Blake leaves the motel. And this is the first time we see supersonic speed in action. They both end up at Blake's now burned down house. Let's take a look. So Bella, how are they filming your running? Is it in post or
She's just
no.
fast. She's just
I am
fast.
doing all of the running myself.
just that fast?
Right here, right now. I am doing all of my own running.
Yeah. I think the scene when we were running from the house, I like purposely ran like I think it was like
Okay.
half a mile back because I wanted to be really winded when I got to the scene. So I like ran way back.
Is that a 6-minute mile?
Yeah, something like that.
6-minute
Something
mile,
like that.
6-minute mile.
Okay.
Something like that, I think.
Roughly.
So now we're inside the house, and Blake and Everett show each other their wounds. Then this shadow with fangs and glowing eyes appears. Pretty intense moment.
I think that scene in general in the burnt down house, that was a really fun day. We filmed just that scene, I think, the whole day. And it was really fun to just navigate this burnt down house with a wolf chasing us. They had debris falling,
was
the
really
front door. It
cool.
was all practical other than the werewolf little
And
experience.
you got to punch.
And I
your
got to punch.
fist
I
through
got
a
to punch my
board.
fist through a board. They were gonna use a stunt double, and I was like, "Can I do that?
like, I can
I
do it
want to do
myself."
that."
Oh, so okay, Bella, Armani, another question for you. What are your characters thinking at this point? You seem to be connected somehow.
Yeah. Blake's definitely thinking like WTF. Like,
Everett's
what's
thinking,
going on?
"How is this woman not believing in this yet?" I think.
This is for all of you guys. The figure with glowing eyes, was this done in special effects?
Yeah, most of the time it's a massive guy in a green suit flailing his arms around a house, and I'm just sitting there thinking, I need to pretend this is really scary.
Yeah, there's a moment in episode 1 where I remember shooting with Nevada, who plays Danny, and he actually is the one that saw the glowing eyes in that scene, and there was nothing there for him to look at, and he still looked like terrified and confused.
Sometimes it's
for
just
that
all
one.
imagination,
Yeah.
really.
So, now we finally meet Harlan and Luna in an abandoned firehouse.
She your friend of yours?
No. She's my sister.
So, Chloe, talk us through your character. Who is she?
She's very lost, I think. She's very intelligent, and I think she sometimes plays down her own intelligence, especially because she might not have the total confidence that maybe Mr. Harlan has. I think she definitely knows who she is and she knows where she comes from, but she's more empathetic in the sense that she kind of internalizes everybody else's emotions and what's going on with everybody else, and she's more worried about how can I help you? How can I fix this? But I think that changes over time. I think she realizes that, you know, with all the pushback just coming at her, she sort of just gravitates towards more of a side of herself that's darker and just accepting her fate.
And Tyler, you have a bit more of a guarded character in Harlan.
It's actually kind of funny because he like contradicts Luna completely. You know, she is definitely intelligent and empathetic, and Harlan is not. As much as he tries to showcase that, yeah, he understands what's going on. He's not scared. Deep down, he is freaking out. He is just consistently trying to distract himself and sort of distance himself from like people that he knows genuinely care about him and would rather be around like people who barely know his name, just so he can escape. But once he meets the pack, I think he sort of realizes that he can let people into his life that actually care about him. Yeah.
And we do learn that he's gay on the series.
Yes.
What has it been like to be a part of that kind of representation on TV?
It has been such an honor. I mean, me and Jeff have talked a lot about the way he wants his character to be portrayed. He is gay, but it doesn't define who he is. He's not the gay best friend. He is a leading man, and he doesn't fall under like any stereotypes.
Jeff's really good at addressing the importance of representation on TV. I've always really admired him for it.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, Teen Wolf, we've been our own pack since day one, no pun intended. How have your personal relationships changed creating this show?
I'll speak for myself, but I've personally found a friend in each of these people sitting over
Yes.
here for different reasons. We all just get along in a way that's just different because not only are we experiencing this life-changing thing together, but we're also working together every day. And I think we learn more and more about each other as we go along, and I'm happy to do it because we're a family. And
Yeah, I
Like
love
if
you
one of us
fast.
is on set and like the three of us aren't, we're always like whoever's on set is always jealous because they're like, what are they doing? Are they hanging out without
Yeah,
me?
or
They're
we
hanging out without
we
me.
visit people on
visit
set
each
when
other.
one of us is filming.
Bring
and someone's
coffee or
not.
food, whatever.
and anytime we're like alone working and then the others show up, everyone just lights up. It's just like, yes.
Energy boosts.
Yeah.
Energy boost.
Yeah.
We're definitely, we've got each other's backs and
Yeah.
we love each other.
So before we head out, we're gonna play a real quick game of Would You Rather. Okay, Bella, would you rather have a heightened sense of smell or hearing?
Hearing for sure. Oh yeah, I could use that for so many things.
You don't want to
And I
smell
don't wanna
everything.
smell
Yeah.
everything.
So many people.
Yeah. Chloe, would you rather have fangs or claws?
Ooh, that's a good one, actually. I'm gonna go with fangs, because we look scary.
Armani, would you rather memorize a script word for word or ad-lib?
Ad-lib the whole
2 hours.
2 hours. No, I think that'd be a fun challenge to memorize the whole script.
Memorize the whole
Yeah, I'd
script.
probably do that.
There you go. Tyler, would you rather live without a cell phone or without a computer?
Ooh, that's actually, probably without a cell phone. I'm assuming if that computer has any form of internet, you could also like send some emails. So
I knew there
if I
would
ever
be-
needed help, I could send some emails.
A
There's
good
always a
loophole.
loophole.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Bella, would you rather have super speed or super strength?
I feel like super speed would be really convenient, so I think I'm gonna go with super speed.
Agreed, agreed. Chloe, would you rather do your own stunts or have a stunt double?
Do my own stunts. Way more fun than watching other people do them for you.
Exactly. Armani, would you rather be alone in the woods or alone in Blake's burnt down house?
Probably in the woods. I think I feel more comfortable and not as trapped. And I've been there enough now that I'm used to it.
Yeah.
Natural habitat.
Yeah, it's my second home now.
And Tyler, would you rather get caught making out by your dad or your sister?
Oh, definitely the sister. Yeah, we've already actually kind of seen that and
It's happened before.
didn't seem too severe, right?
They've seen it too, actually.
Yeah, no, I mean,
By this time,
y'all have seen it, so I would say
Sister.
sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it for our first episode of Wolfpack Unpacked. Don't forget you can stream new episodes of Wolfpack every week exclusively on Paramount Plus and rewatch the premiere whenever you want. See you next time.